are going to be covered in this. Along with that, how a compensation is integrated with core HCM, how the compensation is integrated with payroll, how the compensation is integrated with talent management also will cover in our session. Okay, let's see what the topics we're going to cover. So as you guys said, you already worked on core HCM, which means you already have an idea on core compensation, correct?
Right.
Okay. Don't mind, it's just a question to you guys. So what are all compensation components we have in core HCM?
So we have merit bonus stock, and as I told, we say salary plan and bonus plan,
Right.
allowance plans.
Right. Thank you. So I will list out what are all we're going to cover as per the topics, and feel free to ask me questions, or if you need any examples, please feel free to stop in between. So though we are learning advanced compensation, but I would like to start from core compensation so that you will be strong in the foundation, so that it's easy to understand how the advanced compensation will work. Later, how the advanced compensation, why Workday has given two compensations, we'll discuss. First, in Workday, we have two types of compensations. One is core compensation, another one is advanced compensation. So why Workday has given two modules for compensation? They can give either only one module, correct? So let's see. Core compensation is a package normally a client will get through core HCM. Core compensation is a package normally a client is going to get through along with the core HCM. Advanced compensation is an additional advanced topic, or you can call it advanced module. So whenever the client have a specific requirements, for example, the client have talent management, then they want to initiate merit process. The client has marketing survey kind of things. So every 3 years they'll run the survey, and based on that they will enhance the salaries for the employees. Such things will fall if you have such requirements. Or stock plans. If they have stock plans, then the advanced compensation will come into the picture. Or if they have bonus plans, okay, then again advanced compensation. So for few requirements, so it's not like most of the clients have the same requirements. Only few clients may have additional requirements. So for those clients, Workday has given this advanced compensation. Let me list out. We have a merit process. Okay, if you have a merit process, and if you have bonus plans in place, if you want to pay the bonus plan based on the company performance or individual performance, and stock plans, shared participation, market survey, then advanced compensation will play. So let's see what are topics will fall in both. So in core compensation, we're going to talk about first compensation eligibility rules. Okay, first we're going to talk about compensation eligibility rules. It's something like assign the right compensation for a right employee. For example, in most of the organizations, we may have executive people, management people, non-management people. Three different managements are quite common. When you're giving a car allowance, when your client said car allowance is eligible only by executive members, which means when you're hiring an executive member, the car allowance should be defaulted. When you're hiring a management and non-management member, the car allowance shouldn't be defaulted. So this eligibility rule is going to be dry. Okay, so first we'll see what are the compensation eligibility rules, then compensation grades, then compensation grade profiles. So grades and grade profiles are nothing but to maintain minimum and maximum pay ranges. Grades are to maintain minimum and maximum pay ranges. Grade profiles normally we will use for localization. For example, if I'm implementing Workday globally for more than one country, the grade profile you can choose. Or if you're implementing Workday only in one country, you can go with only grades. So based on the requirement, we have to choose this. Then what else we can cover under core HCM? So we're going to cover salary plans, hourly plan, and unit salary plan, and periodic salary plan. Have you heard about 13-month salary? Anyone?
Yeah.
13th month salary. Yeah. So in few countries like Philippines, Singapore, Japan, they have 13th month, 14th month salaries. So for those countries, when you implement Workday, this task will be play a key role. And unit salary, this is recommended for shipping industries, Amazon, or any courier companies. If they implement Workday, for them this plan is suitable. We'll talk in detail during our regular sessions. This is also we're going to cover. So then allowance plans. On allowance plans, we're going to talk amount-based allowance, unit-based allowance, percentage-based allowance, and reimbursable plan activity. So reimbursable plan activity demands some financial setup. So at least I will give you an overview how the plan will work. That also we're going to cover. Okay. Apart from this, let me include everything together. Apart from this, what we're going to cover: compensation basis. Compensation basis is nothing but to identify some of the earnings we are paying for an employee. An example: total target earnings, total base pay, total cost to company. We'll talk in detail in regular sessions. Then commission plans, after calculated plans, calculated compensation plans. What else we can create? So the advanced one I will hold a minute. First I will list out all the topics what I want to cover: commission plans, calculated plans, compensation basis, then bonus plans. And again in bonus plans we have further, I'm not mentioning all the details. We have plan profiles, scorecards, individual and company performance, and plan profiles, what I already mentioned. These we are going to cover. Then one-time payments. So one-time payments normally we'll use for joining bonus, sign-on bonus. When any employee newly joined in the organization, we'll pay this one-time payment. Also, we can pay severance payment. Okay. Then severance payment and process. Then after, create merit plans. And in merit plans again, we have compensation matrix and profiles, scorecards, merit pools, etc. We're going to cover that as well. Apart from this, we are going to talk about compensation related business processes. Request compensation change, propose compensation change, propose compensation for new hire, request compensation default to position, request compensation default to job rec, and request one-time payment and initiate stock merit process and bonus, these BPs. Also, we are going to cover, apart from this, compensation related segment security groups. Okay, this also we're going to talk. And still we have few things like business process events and actions, like how to resend a business process event, how to advance a business process event, how to hold a business process compensation related business process event, how to cancel and correct any event. Those are also we are going to be talk in detail about the compensations. Okay, and once we discussed all the details, how this compensation is integrated with the core HCM, how it is integrated with the payroll, how it is integrated with talent and performance, that also, and of course, how is it integrated with the recruitment, that also we'll talk in detail. Okay, so there are topics we are going to cover as part of our compensation. So when I say advanced, I would like to talk about core also, because foundation is important. So whenever the client is giving a requirement, we should be in a position to identify which plan is suitable for the requirement. Okay, advanced compensation deals with only 4 tasks. Hardly, of course. Sorry, I have not included stock plan. We're going to talk about stock plan as well. Okay, these are topics we are going to cover. Advanced compensation will deal with stock plans, merits, severance payments, and that marketing correction survey, shared participation. That's it. Rest of the, of course, bonus plans. Sorry, rest of the plans are core. But when you say compensation consultant, we should know all the plans, all the business processes, all the securities, how to handle in critical situations the plans. So we will learn all the. I mean, we all will learn all these topics. Any questions so far, Priya or Pratik?
Thanks, Kiran. I have a couple of questions.
Of course.
So here you have given a like very broad summary, I would say. Just
Okay.
wanted to check that the different events that'll happen in merit, bonus, and stock, like managing
Right.
multiple events during merit cycle,
Correct.
something that is
Right.
implied, how to manage
Right.
that, how to manage pool, if there is something like for the discretionary, for example, for bonus, there could be discretionary plans or non-formulaic plans. I hope that all of that is covered because here what I
Of
see
course.
is like very broad summary
Right.
of
Right.
merit bonus.
Right. Yes. Yes. That also is covered. When you say merit, end-to-end merit. And also
Yeah,
would
and
like to highlight one. Go ahead. Go
sorry.
ahead.
And also,
Go
are we
ahead.
going to see like how to create those executive grids, with the smart panels?
Compensation grids you are talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Grids also we can talk, and compensation ratios also we can create. Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
And just one question. So, will we cover the mass operations as well for like adding employees to the compensation pool and or removing employees to compensation from compensation pool, like the mass operations?
Okay. You're saying through an EIB overriding the merit amounts. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Pull out the employees. Got it. So let me tell you one thing. Coming to the merit is little complex structure. Okay. Merit is a little complex structure, but the one we're using is GMS tenant. So if you ask me 100%, are we going to run the merit program in our tenant? I would say no. The
Mm-hmm.
reason is, though you have knowledge, though I know the intent step, whenever initiate, the tenant we have scrambled data, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scramble data. We'll run into n number of errors. So what I will suggest, of course, we will discuss end-to-end merit plan. Initiations, as you asked request, right? So as you said, how to add the employees into the pools and set up the grids. So I have a very good recording on 1.5 hours. And shared participation again have 1.5. What I will do, if you're not happy, I mean, if you ran into any issues in the tenant wise, I have end-to-end recording that I record. That recording I will share with you. Exclusive on merit. That covers all the topic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mean that we will be able to do it on as a practice on tenant, but just in case
Of
if it's
course, of
required,
course.
the recording is there. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. What happens? Setup we can do. Initiation also we can do. When you initiate, the eligibility rule may not be met all the employees, or some employees already may have in progress transactions. And the one we are using is It's not actual data. It's a scrambled data, a practice tenant, correct? So we may run into some issues. So I want to put that up front because I'm seeing that every time when I'm giving the training on compensation. But we
Okay.
have end-to-end, one good recording end-to-end. Now that would really help me.
Yeah, so main goal is if you can just show that how to do.
That I'm
If it is
doing.
possible, then we'll do it on a tenant. If not, at least that knowledge is just to see how it works.
End-to-end we will do. End-to-end we will do. If we run into issues, okay, to fix that issue itself, we may need hours, number of hours. I can't ask you guys, hey, just be quiet in the class. I'll fix
Yeah.
the error. So it may take 2 sessions, 3 sessions, right? So
Yeah.
that's the reason it's like. But we
Okay.
will do. We will do configuration, everything we will do.
Okay. And are there any reporting for the compensation, like how to see the active members in the compensation pool and
That I will
uh,
help you. That I will help you. We have a delivered report. We're not going to get any custom report. If you want to see who are all employees are associated with what plans, how many employees are assigned, what all audit reports are there in compensation, to fix those errors and all. Those reports I will help you out on that session. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Would you be covering the analytics as well, like how to create for manager screen, like how to create those dashboards on the homepage?
I have an idea going behind the screen and edit and show the pictorial diagrams, but we have to see the level of access in our GMS tenant.
Okay.
The compensation ratio analytics you're talking about. Compensation package analytics is different, where you can control and hide the mid-range or maximum range, or hide the amount from the employee, or hide the some certain values from the employee. But manager level compensation matrices are different. So I hope that we will see in the tenant ones. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm trying to understand, like when you launch the compensation cycle, you know on screen you would show some analytics that like how much pool is degrading,
That is
like
by
in terms of
default. I got your question. Sorry to interrupt. So when you run the merit plans or any processes, by default, Workday has given some analytics. You can update, you can change the analytics also. We have that functionality. I think we
yeah,
can
that's
do
what I'm.
that. We can do that. We can do that. No problem. Okay. Any other questions? I can help.
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. Um, yeah, so you guys want to discuss all these topics or only specific topics? I'm happy to start from 1 to 20 first. So in the sequence, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, so it's okay. Like if you, for me, like I definitely Pratik would be having a different opinion, but like it's okay if we can cover the core comp very quickly, but my major focus is towards the advanced
Merit,
compensation. But it, there's
of course.
yeah, for the whole of advanced compensation, because currently what's happening in my organization that they've already launched this not the cycle, but they've already implemented that, and
Mm-hmm.
I did recently join, so I really don't have an idea about the blueprint of like how the whole compensation was created on Workday, because earlier they were on PeopleSoft and they migrated
Okay.
to Workday, and now what they're doing is they are facing some issues with people not attached to their correct bonus plans, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes for some of the lines of businesses they did not create their bonus plans at that time when they were actually launching. So the go live happened this January itself, and now everybody is scrambling with some data's mismatching and bonus plans not correctly aligned to people for some functions. It's totally bizarre. And what recently happened was we shifted from one location to different location, and I don't know like why, but it triggered. For corporate employees, something triggered and they are now on incorrect bonus plans, all of the corporate employees. What triggered, nobody knows. So we are still trying to figure out the issue. Why did it happen? But things suddenly, we are seeing maybe because of some eligibility rules, what
Correct.
triggered, we are still, trying to dig in and understand that. But we need to first see like how the eligibility rules are correct or not, and then we are, trying to screen all the bonus plans to check whether the mapping is correct or not for all the employees, and we're having 46,000 employees. So for
Got it.
different lines of businesses, we are checking. And the next portion is going to be to see some of the lines of businesses, those who didn't have bonus plans before. Now they are creating those. So we are thinking that we will do a rollout for those employees, but and we are still trying to understand this. We have an implementation partner with us, so we are trying to understand if that is possible for that line of business, because that's the biggest business that we have right now, with more than 15,000 employees just in that one business. So is it going
Okay.
to be possible for us to do the whole rollout for all 15,000 employees, if that's possible through rollout option? Um,
Mhm.
so that is, and now working on some non-formulaic plans and discretionary plans. So it would be really helpful if you can, give some idea from those aspects, because I'd be having definitely a lot of questions as we go through, uh,
Okay.
coming from the real life examples of what's happening actually in the organization, to come back to understand how we can solve that.
Right. Got you. Okay. Okay. Can do that. No problem.
Yeah, so same here. So for the core compensation, we can go through that as well, along with the
Mhm.
advance. So
Okay.
core compensation, maybe we can cover, if it is not that complex, we can cover quickly.
Yeah.
But definitely, I would go like to go through the eligibility rules and the grades and grade profile, and then core compensation is we can go quickly, and then main focus is on the advanced norms.
Yeah. Okay. What I understood from your requirement is mostly you're focusing into merit and bonus. Yeah, we'll do that. No problem.
Yeah, we do have stock as well, but that's
Okay.
going to be, I think, the later part right now for us.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Got it. Okay. You can bring your real-time questions if you have any during your session. Yeah, we'll discuss that also. Mhm. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay.
No.
Great. Okay. So if
So
I go,
Ethan, sorry, I have one question. Like,
yes.
just want to understand, like you've already told about your background, your profile, which is quite good, but just want to understand about, like, do you have experience with the advanced compensation in North America as well, specifically for Canada?
Canada, for US we have implemented, and for compensation for Canada core we have an idea, but coming to the advanced one, honestly, no. We'll initiate. So what kind of issues we used to get when I'm working on support projects? So they will initiate the merit amount, and the employee has negotiated. Now the employee able to see the amount. The employee is not happy. Override the current amount, current merit amount, or merit rating. Change the merit rating. An employee is not eligible to the plan, but still employee got the plan. Our employee is eligible, but employee not got the plan. Uh, some requests like we initiated the bonus plans, but I'm not able to see the bonus plan for the worker, though the employee is eligible.
Hmm.
Yeah, these kind of issues I mean, I fixed before, especially for Canada.
Yeah.
For
So
rest
is
of the
that
country,
for once the cycle is
mhm.
launched, or you're talking about like pre-cycle launch, then when you're actually checking about pre-cycle launch, whether the employees are on correct plans or not?
No, no, no. Actually, once you initiate the merit process or bonus process,
Hmm.
so there are some cases like waiting periods, correct?
Yeah.
So most of the people while set up what they will do, you have two check boxes in the merit plan.
Yeah.
Include employees though they are in the waiting period.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll get a waiting period for 1 year or 6 months. When you select the checkbox, what happens? Though the employee is not eligible for the plan because he has to complete waiting period, the employee will be eligible. These
Right.
kind of issues. And second thing, you initiate the merit process, but the employee already few employees already has some in progress transactions. So what happens in merit process? It will go on hold. It's not going to be triggered. For those employees, it will go on hold. So what their best practices in that? When you initiate stock, bonus, or even merit, first ensure there must be no in progress transaction for those employees. You have to let the HRS team know when you initiate a merit process at least a week before. We should inform them. Don't apply any compensation changes on so and so date, so that most of the transactions are not going on hold. It will initiate properly. So yeah, these kind of issues normally. There are some best practices if we can implement, we can avoid all these errors.
And are we also going to be learning about how to launch the merit cycle?
Yes, yes, of course, of course. They're the actual challenge. Our GMS
Yeah,
strength we have
because
to see. Yeah.
yeah, the whole grid that you see, like it's quite complex. So that's what, like I saw it somewhere with
Mhm.
my
Initiation,
last
plan set.
organization doing it. Sorry?
Sorry, yeah. Uh, Configuring the plan is easy. The challenge is, especially in GMS tenant, initiate the merit process is the challenge. Uh, Still, we will initiate. Let's fix whatever the errors is coming. Maybe it's learning for you guys, and also, yeah, we'll do that. So most of the issues are waiting periods. If the employee already have in progress transactions, or eligibility rules issues, or future dated hires, or future dated terminated employees. Whenever initiate the compensation, these scenarios is going to be affected more.
Okay. Can I ask you one quick question about like when we are before implementing actually the cycle, what
Mhm.
reports do you see which can help the as I told you that right now what we are doing is we are actually screening all the plans whether they are mapped correctly or not. I understand about the comp audit report where you can go and check about assign ineligible and
Ineligible employees.
unassigned eligible
Right.
employees. So that
But
is just one very quick report where you can see like whether employees they are assigned to the correct plans or not. But is there a report where you can see which is quite good because I really still trying to dig in and from the work they try to understand like what all reports that we can do. We haven't prepared any custom report as of yet. But if there is
yeah,
a workday delivered report which we can convert to a custom report, so that would be really helpful. So can you share some of the reports which you
um,
think could be really helpful at the pre-launch activities?
sure, sure. Um, right away, I didn't remember the names. Normally, we'll go to the Workday standard reports. From there, we'll put the filter and bring those. But I think I have one document before we initiate the merit process. What are the best practices? So that document might be helpful. So what I will do before I initiate the merit process, first I will run the comp summary report. And as you said, all audit reports will execute. Then after I will run one report. I think there is a standard report for that also. Employees whosoever having compensation request compensation changes. Okay, the transaction must be either cancelled or let's complete before initiating merit. Once it is done, then we can initiate merit process. So report name, not sure, but sure I will help you on that. I'll identify and let you know that.
Okay. And what ideally we do like for such transaction which is not complete, we cancel it or we kind of manually push that forward if
If
it's
you have a
if
time, yeah, if you have a time, it's better to complete the transaction. If we, I mean, you already, what you call it, you're going to initiate merit process, and soon it's better to let's cancel and proceed. Later, the managers can update those changes. So if you have enough time, let's inform all the HRIS team, hey, complete all in progress transactions. So you can identify those details through the reassign tasks. So
okay.
when the reassign, if you assign the request compensation, change proposed compensation, all compensation related BPs, and give
Hmm.
the date ranges, hit OK, it will fetch all the employees. Export into the Excel, share with all HRIS team, and ask them to complete those transactions.
Okay. And so it is one follow-up question. Like when the uh, the like I've seen people say that, you know, this is something that we will manage out of cycle. So what exactly do they mean when they say that this is something we'll do out of the cycle? So do they mean they'll remove employee, make changes to his profile, and then add the employee back in the cycle?
I'm sorry. Can you please come again with the question?
Yeah, some transactions like when when they discuss about some transactions being made, so they sometimes they pick this word that we'll do it out of the cycle, we'll manage it
Okay.
out of the cycle. So what do they actually mean by that?
So when you say out of the cycle, the process, so we have the two ways, manual, automated. Merit
Hmm.
process, what it will do, we are setting the rules, we are setting the grid, we are giving the amounts, and if the employee hit this rating, what are the percentage calculate? If the employee hit this rating, what are the percentage calculate and assign to the work? So when you say out of the merit means you're going to update those amounts through the request compensation change business process, sorry, EIB, in mass data load.
Okay.
So that is the only tool we can use.
Yeah, but out of the cycle means like they will manage, remove the employees from the cycle?
No, no, no. After the cycle means, so whosoever employees you're ignoring in within the period, for them you're going to update the merit amounts through the recom change, request compensation change EIB after the period, after the merit is completed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are we good? Are any other questions?
Yeah, I think yeah, pretty much no.
Okay, great. Actually, you guys asked very good questions. I'm sure I'm going to learn new things, especially if I can start the session. So the questions you guys are asking is like very interesting, and I know how much. But the questions when you ask, I can see how much effort you're putting into the compensation to understand. Yeah, it's great. Nice to meet you all. Okay, we'll hold for the day and let the organizer know your feedback or whatever. We'll see tomorrow. We'll meet tomorrow. Is it okay?
Yeah. And what time would we have the class?
Hmm. So what is your available time?
So
In
preferable
Pacific
time
time.
would be like US night time, so around 9:30 p.m.
So what is? Can you please convert into my time and let me know, sir?
Oh,